this picture is nothing more than just a simple experiment. What would happen if I took a picture of my keyboard and lit it with my Pavo tubes? And I kind of forgot something basic here that I learned several weeks/months ago. I don't know, about how to take a photo of something white. You need to use some sort of white light to light that object and then use other colors as like accent colors. I didn't do that here, and I feel kind of silly for not doing it. I I got the shot with kind of the traditional setup you might expect at this point. It's my Nikon 105 millimeter macro lens and a couple Nanlite Pavo tubes. And this is literally the keyboard that's at my computer. I'm looking at the keyboard right now as I record this, and it's got this home button on it. And I thought, you know what, that'd be kind of cool to get a close-up picture of the keyboard, but what key should I take a picture of? And I thought, well, the home button, I don't know. I've never used this home button. It's off to the side somewhere, but might be kind of cool. So I angled it, and I set my camera up on a tripod, and I prepared the picture and took it, and then took it all down, took the setup down. I'm editing the photo in Lightroom, and I realized, man, why didn't I put a different colored light on here? Why did I use only 2 lights and not 3? I do like that you can see the orange glow on one side of the keys and then the kind of bluish glow on the other side. But there should be, these keys should just be white, because that's the color that they are, and yet they're not. They've got this like weird purpley look to it, and that's because I used a bluish orangish lighting for them. The other thing about them, my keyboard apparently is really filthy, and I never noticed because I don't look at it really close. And on this photo, you can see every little bit of dust and scratches and gunk on the keys. It's kind of gross. So I'm actually not very proud of this picture because it shows how dirty my keyboard is. But whatever. I suppose all keyboards are pretty gross if you look close enough. Shot this at f/19, 1/8 of a second, ISO 100. For a nice clean look overall. And I'm pretty happy with the depth of field. That was the trickiest part of this. I wanted the word home to be readable and in focus. And just a bit of the H and a bit of the E is not readable and in focus, but the rest is like nice and clear, and pretty much everything else in the photo is out of focus, and that was intentional. I realized that if I went much smaller than f/19, it wasn't quite working out, and much wider, and it certainly wasn't working out. So f/19 worked out pretty well. I think this is it's a fine experiment. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a learning process, and a good reminder to me that I really got to take my time and think about everything when I'm using my lights to make sure everything is lit how I want it to be.